everybody's improving. That's the thing. That's what fall camp's for. Like, everyone's improving and doing what they can do to really up their game and contribute to the team.
Are you seeing anybody in particular really take that big step, that leap this summer?
Really, some of those younger guys that really like step into those roles. Can't name them all, but like off the top of my head, Luke Gaffney, Jeremiah Pittman, and Will Hubert. Like, all those three guys are like this is like their year to really show out and contribute.
Kirk Ferentz mentioned the sort of ascension of Pittman as well. What have you seen out of him this year, and what do you like most about playing next to him?
Pitt has a high energy, and he's a really smart guy. So, I know that we all know that he can contribute and show off what he has.
I want to ask about Jeff Bowie, a kid who has been kind of waiting in the wings for 3 years, I think. He hasn't played a snap of football. What do you sense in terms of urgency out of him, or just hunger to get out there and get some actual in-game playing reps?
That's the one guy I forgot to add on with. Luke Gaffney, Will, Bowie, and Jeremiah Pittman. He is another guy that's really, they're all showing up.
Where have you seen him grow, especially now that he's fully healthy, he's back, he's ready to go? What have you seen out of him? What kind of improvement over the last few months?
The game, it really isn't mainly physical. It comes on a real mental aspect, and that's where we've seen a lot of growth from everybody.
Any personal goals for the season yet?
Right. Personal goals are what it should be for everyone. Stay healthy and do your job.
I'm excited to see. It could be anybody, obviously, but we have that next guy in mentality, so they're preparing and they're improving quickly.
Us quote-unquote experts, not smart guys on the outside, say maybe the defensive line isn't as deep as it was in years past. However, we wrong.
I don't know if we really think about that as a D-line so much. We just think about how can we get better every day. So, I mean, we're focused on improvement, and, we're excited to see where we can go.
That interception you had against Nebraska, do you feel like that was kind of your introduction to Iowa fans, I guess, where people really started paying attention to what Ethan Hurkett was doing out there?
I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe so, but yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Where have you grown the most in the offseason? Where have you developed yourself, or how are you different from this year to last year?
I've just been trying to pay attention and learn the little things, the little details of the defense, as well as in the offseason just lifting hard and running. This strength staff has helped me, I think, to kind of hone my body even more and hopefully be more prepared for these games.
Are there any young guys on this roster at your position especially you've seen flashes right away where you're like, boy, this is a guy that Hawkeye fans are really going to enjoy watching the next few years?
As far as D-line or the entire
D-line,
defense?
Yeah.
Shoot, I mean, these freshmen they're a really good group. Some of the best group of freshmen I've seen since I've been here, I feel like, as far as like physically. Obviously, there's still a lot to learn, like D-line play and stuff like that. It takes a while, but I'm pretty excited to see what they can do later on down the road.
I can script out how the first 15, 20 minutes of practice are going to go, and I think, they also do a really good job of making sure that we're never comfortable with past results. We never want to be complacent. Our saying is the hay's never in the barn. So that's how we try to live our daily lives, whether it's on the field, off the field. The little things will get you beat, but also the little things will help you win games. And I think we're really good at doing that. And I think that's why we get those kind of results.
What about fundamentals? How much of that is preached to you from day one when you come in here about whether it's pad level, hand placement, first step, all that?
Yeah, I mean, that's your base, right? We're in camp right now. We're building our foundation as a team, but fundamentals, especially for the D linemen, are important. We talk about all the time, hand on the chin, hands inside. We want to have a quality first step. Without all those things, it's easier to get turned out of your gap or out of position. So if you can nail those things down, we understand it's not always going to be perfect. Sometimes you're going to have to improvise because the people you're going against are really good too, and they practice the fundamentals the same way.
Yeah.
But if you fight and strain, just stay in the fight and keep trying to work on it every day, you'll be okay.
And I also look at kind of the unselfishness with which you guys play. I mean, especially inside, not, it's a two-half thing, so you're not going to get, hey, I'm going to get 3 TFLs and a sack here, he might get one, but dominating the game, and what he wants to do. I mean, how much of that is kind of conditioned into you? Because if if you're selfish, if you're like, I'm going to play hero ball, and I've only seen that once with a really good player here before, then it's going to cause so many problems, and it's not going to let the defense work.
Right. I mean, I think it just goes back to being ready for your opportunity. I mean, with the way we play defense and the style we play, you're going to be in a dogfight every game. We play really good offensive lines in the Big Ten, and if you got to soak up a double team so one of your guys can come free, that's just what you got to do. And we might not get the stat, or we might not get the award or the recognition, but at the end of the day, like, the people in this building know how hard that we work up front, and we know how integral of a part we play in this team's success. So, we don't worry about the numbers or the statistics. We just try to go out there and do what we do, and when the opportunity comes for us to make a play, we'll do that too.
How hard is it to not get frustrated? Like, I know earlier in your career you'd play a little bit and then you wouldn't, and then you'd sit, and then that happens with everybody that's ever come through here. And
right.
I'm sure it's like, I should be out there, but how hard is it to kind of get through that mental process that I still have more work to do, and how instrumental is Kelvin in persuading you and telling you this is why, and he's being real with you about it?
Yeah, I think that's the fun thing about it. It's not hard at all, honestly. I mean, especially when I came in here, every time that I wasn't on the field, I was behind, really, really good defensive linemen. I mean, you look at guys like Chauncey Golston, Jack Heflin, Zach Van Valkenburg, John Wagner, Joe Evans. Like, those are guys that put in the time, put in the work, and lay the foundation for guys like us now to take that next step. So, I mean, coming from high school, it's tough because you go from being the man, like having to start over again at the bottom of the totem pole. But, it's just about, trusting the process, seeing the bigger picture and being humble enough to know that, okay, like, if I want to be like those guys, I got to put in the same work, put in the same time that they did. So, you with this team, you get a lot of good stories like that. And, it's just another blessing and another fortunate part about this program.
Well, I know Kelvin was, he recruits Andy. So was it good for you in the very beginning because he is so blunt with you? He'll tell you exactly what's going on. He's not going to say, come on, you're going to start day one.
Yeah, Coach Bell is, I'm fortunate to know somebody and have somebody like him in my life. I mean, he was my main recruiter coming out of high school, and like you said, he was very direct, and it's not anything I'm not used to because, my dad at home is the exact same way. So, hearing that truth early on, that, hey, you have a lot of work that you got to do before you think you can get on the field. I mean, a lot of guys can turn their nose up and, want to walk the other way, but I'm a guy that likes to embrace the challenge. And, I wasn't coming in expecting to be on the field day one. Like, I knew what I had to do, the work I had to put in, and, he definitely puts a lot of faith and belief in you that you can do it.
One individual guy I'd like to ask about, is Jeff Bowie, a guy playing behind you guys. I mean, he hasn't played for 3 years, and now he's with you guys on the 2 deep. Where have you seen him grow, and how hungry is he to get back out on the field?
We've been very, happy with Jeff. I mean, he's a blessing to have in the room. He brings a lot of levity to the group, and out there on the field, he's a guy that's going to show up every day and work hard. I mean, obviously he's had some tough injuries, to battle through since he's been on campus, but he's done a great job of navigating that, and always staying ready when he gets his opportunity. So I'm excited to keep seeing him grow.
I don't know if you could imagine what that's like, just putting yourself in those shoes, being on a roster for 3 years and not being able to see the field at all in that time. I mean, that's got to be just one of the most frustrating experiences, leading to, I imagine, again, a lot of hunger to be out there this year now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can look at it one of two ways, right? You can feel sorry for yourself that you're not out there, or you can be humble enough to understand, like, okay, I haven't been healthy. I've been playing behind guys that are now in the NFL, playing well, doing their thing there. And I think Jeff's one of those guys that has perspective and looks at it that way. And, he's been healthy so far this camp, and, I'm sure he's going to take advantage of every opportunity he gets.
Yeah. Okay, so sounds like, I think I saw you're number 2 on the depth chart right now for this team. What do you think going into this season? I know you've had injury issues the rest of your Hawkeye career. Are you feeling 100% ready to go? I mean, are you full go this season?
I mean, yeah, I feel great. I'm ready to go, and honestly, I've never felt better, so.
Yeah. What's led you here? I mean, what's that journey been like over the last couple of years, just getting back to full strength so you could be on the field?
Yeah. Well, I won't get into too much about injury, but last year I had a pretty gruesome injury in camp, and it was definitely one of the hardest years of my life, and just, I think, overcoming that, and just one of the things where when you do get over it, it's just, I think it makes you just a lot more mentally tough overall, because it's hard to say you get physically better from an injury, but I would say definitely whole time I was out, I was working mentally and everything like that. You know, everything you can do.
How much does it mean to have the trust of the coaches? Because again, coming back, you haven't been in a game yet, but they're still putting you at number 2 on the depth chart. So knowing that they have enough trust and confidence to put you in that spot, that you're going to probably be seeing a lot of reps right away.
I mean, that feels really good. I know I have a lot of work to do because, like you said, I have no game reps, and that's obviously, you know, not ideal, especially being here for this is my 4th season. So like, just kind of a tough thing to deal with mentally, but I'd say definitely I've never missed a day like mentally, so it's just one of those things where it's tough, but I don't know, it's a good feeling to be back.
Would you say you're the hungriest guy on this team to get out there and play? I mean, guys like Cade and Luke, you know, got injured, couldn't complete all of last year, but you sat for 3 years and haven't had a chance to play. Is there anybody as hungry as you right now to actually get some playing time?
I would say there's a lot of real hungry guys on the team. Everyone's working really hard, and I would like to say I'm one of those guys for sure, because I am definitely very, very hungry for these valuable reps I've been getting, especially because when I have been hurt, it's been, you know, you're not just missing out on game reps, you're missing out on a lot of practice too, so it's really been tough. But
how would you describe yourself as a player for the Hawkeye fans that haven't had a chance to see you play in person yet?
I would just like to say I'm hardworking, and that's about it. I've just really, anything they ask me to do, I'm just trying to do what they can to help the team out.
How eager are the fans in West Branch to come over here and see you play? Your family that's eager to see you play in a Hawkeye uniform.
Yeah, definitely growing up around the Hawkeye program, I've got a lot of people back home that are very supportive and stuff like that. So that definitely helped with injuries, things like that, just keeping you, you know, up, because it's hard to feel, you know, like you're not secluded and stuff like that. But teammates and people here, it's just been great. You know, the Hawkeye fan base is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that I think we've learned about, especially in the last year with Cade's injury too, how isolating an injury can be, and how much, you know, you're maybe just not getting the attention that you used to. Has that been, again, a struggle over the last 3 years, or do you feel like you've been able to maintain the community within this team?
Yeah, I'd say I have been, because the team themselves, like the guys around me, they do a great job of just keeping you involved and stuff, and even when you can't go, it's like you're in it mentally at practice, you know, taking mental reps, and still being around the guys is just, you know, it makes it a lot better.
Do you have any Hawkeye connections, family or anything that would have played here, anything like that?
No, I don't. I'm first one of my family to come here, so definitely a good thing. My family is definitely excited.
Okay.